Huni hikamau nai kalai. O vai ale ale la I vai lua. Huki alai kalani ka papa au vai a ka vai kini. Ala ia ela e no. Na loka ipuha a ka lau la mau ka o ka pae. Mai pa I ka leo heo le ka hea mai.
Welcome to New Realities. I'm Alan Steinfeld, and I am so happy to be back on the beautiful island of Maui with my good friend Kutira Decosterd, who I've known for many years. We were involved in film projects. She's a Tantra teacher. We went on a beautiful whale watch. I met you with John Lilly again, who I helped edit a film for, and You've done so much. She's created a beautiful garden retreat here with her husband, Raphael, who's a very well-known musician. So beautiful to be here with you.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you back after all those years. Yes, we're going back over 20 years.
Yeah, and to be back on Maui, which I feel, Maui and Manhattan, those are my homes, you know. So Maui, the beautiful, there's nothing, it's like a nurturing spirit that comes over people when they arrive here, right? Have you been here for so long?
Oh, almost 30 years, and probably you detect my accent. Okay, let's get it out of the way. I'm originally from Switzerland. However, Maui has been a place where spirit can soar. And the people who come to visit us in our Maui retreat, the greenest spot on Maui.
What's it called?
Maui retreat. And when the people walk on our land, they often say as soon as they put their foot on the earth, they feel infused by the mana, the spirit. And it is the aina that really which makes you aware how connected we are with nature, because it's so lush. So welcome back home.
Thank you. It is lovely to be home because the air smells like flowers, the ground comes up and nurtures you, the plants feed you, and Kutira has made this beautiful paradise her home, her project, and she's put all that work and knowledge into her new book, this one, The Lightness of Body and Being. This is really a life's work for you, isn't it, this book?
It is. It really is. And Alan, if you would have told me a few years ago I'm going to write a book on weight loss, I would have said, you must be out of your mind. Hell no. And yet I realized that this is the number challenge of 75% of the population of not knowing how to take care of their body. But where does it come from? It goes all the way back, and my knowledge of everything what I learned in India, from my spiritual teachers, those pearls of wisdom I gained came handy to really deliver it to a group of people who need it the most.
Who's that? The Americans?
The Americans. It's not you, sweetheart. You know. You got to interview the creme de la creme. You are an enlightened being yourself, so I don't have to really tell you. I don't have to preach to the choir, but I want to reach out to the people who really need to hear it. And so I always wanted to write a book either on Tantra or on bamboo or on sustainability or on dolphins and whales. I mean, embodied spirituality, or with my sweetheart, my husband, for 20 years, on music. No, it was about how to take care of the body. But it's like the Aikido wave. Writing about take care of. And you remember me 20 years ago, was I a little bit more heavy?
You look amazing now. You do. I remember the first time I saw you was in the shower. I said, who's that? It happens here on Maui. People just take showers publicly. But you were beautiful then, but you did do something, and what you did was part of this mind-body morphing. But you highlight particularly, and we'll get into the rest of it, the HCG program about weight loss.
Yes, and I tell you why. Through all my life, I have always been more voluptuous, and I tried many times to reduce my weight, but it just would go up and down, up and down. And then I had the great honor. The person who created that program in the 60s, Dr. Simeons, actually got it in India and then brought it to Europe, into Italy. And created for 50 years on obesity, how to help people. She died, and the next person who really deepened it was Dr. Trudy Vogt, and that was
your
the
teacher.
teacher who I got to know. And what it is, it's not that known out there, or it's becoming more known.
I know someone who lost 150 pounds on that HCG.
It's becoming more known, but just to know it has been there for 50 years. But why hasn't it been, why didn't we know about it?
Yeah.
I tell you honestly, because it's the hormone from a pregnant woman, and no pharmacy, no big corporation can go and trademark it and can make tons of money. So therefore, they're not going to validate that. They don't want the people to know.
But it's in the pharmacy now. How do you get it? How do you get a copy?
Yeah, you do your doctor. But it is not sponsored from the people.
From the big pharmaceutical companies.
Of course, it's all about, again, the corporation of greed.
But HCG is a hormone from pregnant women that burns fat.
Right. And you cannot trademark that, so therefore it's there. Yes, it burns fat, but it's not just any fat. It burns the abnormal fat and helps to reset the hypothalamus, who governs your pineal gland, who governs your thyroid, so that you can actually do, again, but the body can do the work it needs to do. What sets off the hypothalamus can be a traumatic experience, can be not eating right, or be eating crap. And that's what most of the 75% of our American fellows get to eat: over-processed food, GMO loaded, not anymore the nutrient, healthy food your mom and dad had and mine, because the soil is depleted.
I see. So how does the body morphing, the changing with the HCG fit into the rest of the theme of the book, which is about the ecology and what Kutira really coined the word eco-soul? I think that's a really beautiful term to understand our interaction with the Gaian spirit. The human earth interaction is the eco-soul.
Yeah.
So how does the morphing of the body fit in with that?
Well, I'm not sure if I coined it, but I use it since many, many years. And I would like everybody to use it.
Okay.
Because the eco-soul is that part in you. When that part in you gets awakened, that you need to take care of yourself, but it is equally important to take care of the mother, the nature. Because if you cannot drink good water, if you cannot eat healthy food which is nutrient-rich from a good soil, if you cannot breathe healthy air, how can you sustain your body? It's impossible. So you see, we are interconnected. And when that awakening, that consciousness, when you have that realization that you are not separate from nature, there is nobody who's going to tell you, hey, listen buddy, you can't just trash here, you can't just pollute over there the river. You will not do it, because that consciousness will not allow you to do it, because you know you're going to harm yourself. So that is the merry-go-round.
Right.
And I got very much inspired with my many visits in Bhutan. Bhutan is a little kingdom between the southern slope of Tibet, or they call it China. Still in my heart it is Tibet. I have 2 Tibetan children, so. And below India there is that little kingdom of Bhutan. They do have national growth happiness.
That's an official public policy?
Yes.
National, as opposed to, instead of national gross product,
correct,
national gross happiness.
Yes. And I write in my book about it because I got very inspired, because that's exactly the meat of the matter, you know, the matter of the meat. What do you say? Meat of the matter?
Meat of the matter.
Meat of the matter, right?
Is what? Happiness.
Happiness. We need to go for happiness. You know, in the end, we're not going to sustain on this planet. There are limits. There are limits. And we are reaching that. Read about global warming. Actually, it should not be called global warming. That's too cozy. Warming. Hey, I'll give you a warm
What should
up.
it be?
Global chaos.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, to wake up. And it's not too late. In my book, I'm writing about my spiritual environmental activism, and I worked really a lot with bamboo.
You brought bamboo to the West, didn't you?
Yes.
You mean bamboo did not exist in the West before you brought
Not
it?
in that way how I brought
Not
it
as a building material?
No. The first house built with a legal permit was on this land.
Legal permit for bamboo to be the internal structure.
Correct.
Because bamboo holds as much as steel. Did I read that?
Strong as steel.
As strong as steel?
Strong as steel. And in hurricanes, that will survive, where all the others will crumble. Bamboo is the lumber of the future.
Where did you find bamboo?
You know, I traveled in the early 20s. When I was 20 years old, I was traveling in India and in Indonesia. And coming from Switzerland, you have a kind of like, things need to be very precise, you know, like a Swiss watch. And you come into Thailand and you see this scaffolding, you know, of bamboo when the sky rises, and you go like, oh my God, are they crazy? And yet, you know, they build and have perfect housing which sustains the weather.
Well, skyscrapers not built out of bamboo, though.
In South America, some of them.
Really?
Yeah, you can cut the piece into the wall and see inside the structure is bamboo.
But anyway, you found this in Vietnam as a structure, and then you brought it back to the U.S.
Well, you have to know the bamboo we have here in America, or let's say here in Hawaii. In Hawaii, that's not construction bamboo.
Oh.
When we held the first bamboo conference, the Hawaiians would come up to me and say, well, are you bringing us a kind of a weed? Well, the existing bamboo we have here on Maui is kind of like a shooter. It can grow here and zoom, 50 feet further comes another shoot. So it is uncontrollable and it is not strong. Like, would you build a house out of a bush? Would you build?
So you introduced a new type of bamboo?
Yeah.
Isn't it agricultural restriction?
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to get it through the agriculture inspection, and you have to really explain that this is not going to take over the island, because the island has a very fragile ecosystem. But all the bamboo, this was one of the first bamboo farm right here. We have now beautiful bamboo which came from different countries such as South America, Asia, and they are construction bamboo. They can get up to 10 inches diameter, and inside they are not hollow, they are strong, they're filled, and this is called the construction bamboo.
So if I can put like everything you're saying together into a kind of thesis, you do the body morphing with the assistance of a natural substance, which is the hormone from a woman. You transform your body, you create this beautiful ecology, and
well, of course, it's a little bit more. It is about telling the people how they can take care first, how they can get rid of their overweight. But once you have done that, in order to now stay and sustain your health, you have to learn to eat differently. You have to know organic is the way.
And no genetically modified food.
So I explain what is GMO and what is a healthy soil to produce organic food. Why do we want to eat organic than food which was grown out of soil with pesticides? And then also give them alternatives. It's not about not having it. It's about replacing it. And replacing it, what are healthy oils? So there are many recipes. I mean, it's not...
so you have recipes in here. You have how to do the morphing, and then how to change the land, or how to... Before
you can actually start to understand the importance of sustainability, you have to awaken that consciousness, awakening that eco-soul. So
in oneself.
So I'm sharing in the book about the importance of breath. Breath sustains your life.
Yes.
Then, of course, where does the breath lead you? Into the mindfulness. The mindful mind who has a compassionate part, who really examines about your needs. Because if you're not looking deeper into yourself and get that clear of why are you here? What is your purpose? How are you going to support the humanity, the aliveness of human being? If you are not on the board, you are not going to make all the transition of saying, I care enough to also care for the environment.
So one has to take care of one's personal environment and then one's outer environment. So the whole book then, you encapsulate how to live in harmony with nature, with the ancient Taoists, the ancient native cultures always knew.
Yeah.
You're bringing it to a modern age.
Yes. It really put into what's important right now, what we need to hear. Transform our body, transform our mind, and transform and sustain our earth.
So the lightness of being refers to, what's the lightness?
The lightness is really to see that this body and everything will once go back to the earth, will be dust and bones. But the lightness of your spirit, of your soul, that will travel. And as you can travel with the lightness of really awakening, you will fly higher. I guarantee you that.
So then the purpose of this dimension, this earth dimension, is to give a gift to the soul for the soul's evolution. We evolve God in a sense.
We evolve. Our soul evolves. But as long as we do have the body, let's at least age graciously. Let's age with strength. You know, I hope with 80 I still can carry my own bag, my shopping bag. But it's when you look around what the people get fed, also even in their minds through TV, reality shows, stupid stuff, you know, where are we ending up? It's about awakening that consciousness which cares about the lightness of your evolution into that beingness, in your beingness.
So you've written this beautiful book then on how to live with oneself, in connection with the earth, and all of us can live on a sustainable planet.
Yes, and I give very much a lot of inspiration of what we can do right now, what's actually important. There are hands-on experiences people can do, what other people do, where you can focus. For example, fair trade. What is fair trade? What to do and what not to do, what to buy and what not to buy. So it's a guidebook.
But the other thing I do want to say is that Kutira lives this. She's in a totally sustainable environment, housing, off the grid completely, solar, your own water. You live this truth.
Yeah,
and you created something so beautiful here.
Yeah, since 20 years. It's not all the time easy. It's getting more easy. But truly I can say we walk the talk when it comes to that. But I'm happy to find a way to actually reach out to more people with that important information of to take care of yourself, to stand up and to voice your opinion in many ways of saying, no, we don't want that crap. We want real food. It's amazing, you know, like what we can do. It's not too late. We can reverse that climate change. We can really bring that force, but it needs all of you. And so with my hope of not preaching to the choir, which is all my tribe, my family, hoping to reach out to people here the first time about fair trade. Hershey's chocolate. We don't want to eat because slavery of chocolate.
Yes.
Well, you can take it out, but leave it in, because that's what I want the people to know, and I have it in my book anyway.
Well, I'm also going to show little shots of the land because it's so beautiful, and if people want your beautiful book called The Lightness of Being, go to Body Mind Morphing, bodymindmorphing.com. You'll find the book. You'll find. How do they find you in Hawaii?
Oh, you just simply go on mauiretreat.com. And if you want to know all of what we are doing here, from our music, go simply to our mother website, which is the Kahua Institute. And Kahua means the source, our foundation of where the music comes from, where the embodied spirituality, the work we do in other countries, and how you can get the book on the body mind morphing, and of course Maui Retreat. So we have quite a big umbrella here. Well, but you just come and visit us and learn about us and watch the movie. You saw the movie.
Yeah, I saw the movie about your creating this beautiful place. It is a beautiful place. Maui Retreats. Feels like the Garden of Eden. It's like free and open. You have a view of the sea and the ocean and waterfalls. I'm so happy to be back here. Yeah. This has been a beautiful return, and congratulations on the beautiful work you're doing.
Thank you.
And she's written this book for the inner and outer soul, the inner and outer environment. please get it. I recommend it. It's a way to transform your inner and outer environment. So good luck with this book. I think it'll do really well, and people need something to understand.
Even your friend, you know, who right now, I mean, there's so many people.
My friend who lost 150 pounds, you mean?
No, anybody who eating crabs.
Everyone eats crap. I mean, if they've been part of the mainstream culture, that's what they've been told to eat. They don't know that diet affects, I mean, I don't know how they could not know that diet affects the body. If you put junk in, you get junk out. I mean, that's why, you know, being on Maui, sustainable food, healthy food, out of the rich volcanic soil, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah. Well, I really hope the people wake up and realize, you know, it is really up to them to make their voice heard, you know, of taking action, because we cannot leave it up to our government. Our government is not awake. It's up to us to walk forward. Thanks for your show. I think it's fabulous what you do, Alan. I mean, I know you for so many years, and you've always given to the people and raising awareness in the communities, and I'm excited that you came back after so many years and always like weaving in and supporting each other. And
I'm happy that you're here doing such a beautiful thing. So thank you for watching New Realities. I've been here with my good friend Kutira Decosterd. She has
nobody actually
little Swiss part.
Probably nobody calls
you look Hawaiian though, you know.
Kutira is enough.
But you don't look Swiss. You look more Hawaiian than. Do people tell you that all the time?
I have that blonde hair. Kutira and Raphael, mostly known for their music, but Kutira.
And beautiful music. Alan Steinfeld for New Realities. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and we'll bring you more shows on my travels around the island.
Thank you for watching, and see you in Maui. Hang loose.
That means hang loose.